Good afternoon, fellow classmates and teachers. Now, today I will be giving a speech for, and I will be talking about our topic for speech for was conspiracy theories, and the theory I chose was big pharma. Pretty much of how big pharma or pharmaceutical companies operate in sinister ways or purposes against public good for economic benefit. Now, the topics I will be hitting is how they can cause or worsen diseases, how remedies are suppressed against public good. I will be touching on HIV and AIDS, cancer, and COVID 19, and how cures have been discovered, obviously, and hidden from public for their own economic benefit. So these are the points I will be touching and the points that make up this conspiracy, which I do believe and I strongly support. So, first point I want to get into is HIV and AIDS. Now, from my research, the earliest known case of HIV AIDS was in 1959 from an African man who had AIDS in the Congo. An African man in the Congo had AIDS. He was tested with his blood and he was AIDS positive. So that's the first earliest known discovery or first known case that we know about. Now, AIDS didn't become a problem in America until June of 1981. That's when AIDS became a huge problem in America. Now, racism. Obviously, racism in America was huge during this time. As in 1981, all these civil rights activists, civil rights movements were huge. Now, there's a huge other conspiracy, which does tie a little into this, and I do believe too, that AIDS was created, or the genocide theory pretty much, AIDS was created to kill off African Americans. Now, during this time, like I said, there was huge tension with racism in America, especially against African Americans, as we know, with our history. So that's a big theory that people believe that AIDS was specifically targeted for African Americans, for them to contract that disease. Now, obviously, no cure has been found for AIDS yet, but there is treatment. And with treatment comes money. Lots and lots of money. So, pretty much to put it into simple words, treatment equals money. Simple as that, which I think there are cures, but treatment is more beneficial for the people as it creates money. Now, the other topic I want to get into is cancer. Now, 1/4 of Americans believe there is a cure for cancer. The problem isn't the doctors. No, my bad. So 1/4. Let me get into this topic before I get into the doctors. Now, 1/4 of Americans believe there is a cure for cancer, which I do too. So 1/4 of Americans, that's a lot of people, if you ask me. 1/4 of Americans actually believe this. So, cancer. Now, let's take this into context too. There are 200 different types of cancers. So what I think is there must be at least a cure for one. There has to. With all the technology that we are so advanced, we have to have something there. Now, I do got to say something else too. Now, the problem isn't the doctors. I'm not here to bash the doctors to say they know. I feel like the doctors don't even know. The problem isn't the doctors, isn't the healthcare workers. The problem comes from way up. It has to with the people who own and run the world, in my opinion. Now, research teams also obviously too. the higher ups, I feel like they hide information from the public, and the public includes doctors and healthcare workers. They pretty much work with what they got. So don't think I'm here trying to say that doctors are evil, doctors are this. The doctors are just like us. They don't know about this stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure they believe some doctors do believe there are cures, but the problem isn't them. The problem comes with, it's a whole different conspiracy, but it's the people who run the show. They run everything. The higher ups, the untouchables, the elites. Now, another thing I wanted to get into, another disease, obviously COVID-19, which is very, very fresh. Now, at first, when COVID-19 came out, it was said to be the wet markets in China. Then we believed it was, or they came out and said the Wuhan lab. Now, I believe it was created in a lab. Well, it's not even a believe, it's stated that the Wuhan lab. But now what they say is the experimented animals, or the bats, it's escaped and the disease got out of control. Now, do I believe that? No, I do not believe that. I believe it was actually used on purpose against humanity, and obviously these people, these higher ups, were in on it. And this was to control society and for their own economic benefit. Now, how was that? Well, especially now with the COVID-19 vaccines, that's a whole different conspiracy. People believe it's fake. People believe it's trackers. Now, they are free to the people, but nothing is free. There's a lot of money being generated with these COVID-19 vaccines, especially with the pharmaceuticals. Everything is private owned. So money talks, pretty much, if you ask me. Now, especially with our technology, like I said earlier, our technology is so advanced that I feel like there's no way we haven't found a cure for at least cancer or HIV. These diseases have been around for so long, 50 plus AIDS, 50, almost 50 years. No, AIDS like 70 years. No, like 60 years. Cancer for the longest. There has to be something. And with all the money, which I'm about to hit or go into, with all the money generated, there should be something found at least. Now, funding into cancer for research there has been $6 billion total gone into research for cancer, and roughly $300 million a year. That's a lot of money just for cancer. Now, for AIDS, there have been roughly $788 million a year in 2016. And this came from the CDC. There's other private organizations that make way more money, or they gather money for research of their own. To me, it's just unbelievable the amount of money generated and no results. Now, obviously, all this is money grab, in my opinion. It's a money grab. Now, and getting into the research and stuff, this is just cancer and AIDS. There's so many more diseases, diabetes, a bunch, which generate even more money. Now, pharmaceuticals, obviously, also, have you ever noticed that medicine is so expensive? And this is because there is no regulation and control. So when you think about it, these pharmaceutical companies, or big pharma, they are literally monopolies running the whole show, and the people in power are literally benefiting against the public good health of people. So they don't care. As long as they get their money, they don't care. And that is my conspiracy.